This is the scale of the CUET. Thousands of students are packed outside testing centers today, all competing for a limited number of seats in the same national pool. Most of them are focused on the same objective, securing a spot at a top-tier central university like Hindu College. For students with limited time, the difficulty lies in the overlap between the CUET syllabus and Class 12 board exams. Both require your attention simultaneously. Attempting to study 100% of this combined material with equal intensity often leads to running out of preparation time. Board exams award partial credit for long-form answers, allowing for a margin of error. The CUET is a binary system. You are either correct or you lose points. Applying a board exam mindset to this test often results in surface-level knowledge. This lack of depth makes it difficult to maintain accuracy when the clock is running down. The numerical stakes are specific. You gain 5 points for a correct answer, but 1 point is deducted for every mistake. This harsh penalty makes blind guessing a high-risk tactic that can quickly erase your progress on test day. A single negative mark does more than subtract a point. It shifts your percentile ranking, dropping you behind thousands of other applicants who prioritized accuracy. In this system, leaving a question blank results in a 0. Mathematically, a 0 is a better outcome for your final score than a penalty. Success requires shifting your focus away from the total volume of questions attempted and toward absolute precision in your answers. Your score reflects your ability to manage risk and maintain accuracy under strict time constraints, rather than just the number of facts you can recall. You can optimize your study schedule using the 80-20 rule, where mastering 20% of the high-weightage chapters yields 80% of your possible marks. Map subjects by effort required versus exam points offered. The high-impact quadrant contains your priorities: calculus, electrostatics, and organic chemistry. Low-impact chapters are time-consuming but infrequent. Reserve these for last-minute review. In mathematics, the weightage is clear. Calculus alone accounts for 12 to 15 questions per paper. In physics, the data shows that optics consistently yields 6 to 8 questions in every exam cycle. Focusing your study time on these high-yield topics builds a foundational score early on, making the remaining syllabus significantly easier to manage. High-yield topics require intense mental focus, which can lead to fatigue if your study sessions are unstructured. The Pomodoro technique is a practical countermeasure for handling conceptually difficult subjects like physics and chemistry. The method uses 25 minutes of focused learning, followed by a mandatory 5-minute break. Combining 4 of these cycles builds discipline, while giving your brain time to move information from your working memory into long-term storage. During these focus blocks, avoid passive reading. Use active techniques like 10-minute quizzes and formula flashcards to force data retrieval. Time-boxed study sessions yield higher retention than long, unstructured reading periods, which directly increases your solving speed on exam day. We need to address the most significant strategic variable in the CUET structure, the optional general test. This section evaluates quantitative reasoning, basic arithmetic, and your awareness of current affairs. This decision tree helps determine if this test aligns with your specific goals. For those targeting BA, BCom, or BBA programs, the general test is usually a mandatory requirement for admission into top-tier central universities. If you are pursuing BSc or engineering degrees, however, preparing for this test can take time away from the core sciences that determine your primary score. Taking the test involves studying Class 10 level math and tracking national awards. This significant investment pulls focus from your Class 12 board preparations. If you choose to take it, the most efficient method is using short-burst logic puzzles daily, rather than dedicating entire study days to the section. The general test increases your eligibility across different universities, but it only offers a positive return on investment if it is a prerequisite for your specific degree. On the actual exam day, the volume of the syllabus matters less than the seconds remaining on the clock. The math of the domain papers is fixed. You have to select and solve exactly 40 out of 50 questions in only 60 minutes. Attempting to solve the paper linearly, from question 1 to 50, often leads to students getting trapped by a single difficult problem early on, leaving no time for the easier points waiting at the end. The 3-round attempt strategy prevents this. Round 1 is the easy pass. Spend the first 15 to 20 minutes exclusively answering the questions you can solve instantly. Round 2 is the moderate pass. Dedicate the next 20 minutes to questions involving mild calculation, but solvable with focused effort. Round 3 is the tough pass. Use the final 10 minutes for complex problems or refining your educated guesses. You can practice this using Parkinson's law. Set a 45-minute deadline on your mock tests to train your brain to work faster than the actual 60-minute limit. In the later rounds, use the elimination technique to narrow your options. Removing clearly incorrect answers reduces your risk without relying on a blind guess. Sorting questions by their difficulty allows you to bank the most points possible before the time limit forces you to stop. Strategic resource allocation determines your final percentile more than the sheer number of chapters you've read. If you are a student who aims for perfection in every answer, your current habits may be a risk factor. You must replace the board exam habit of attempting every question with a calculated willingness to leave risky ones blank. This protects your ranking from unnecessary penalties. For those who are starting late and feel short on time, the strategy is different. Shift your focus away from the total number of chapters. Redirect your energy entirely into the top 20% of high-weightage topics found in previous exam papers. View your preparation time and your test answers as a finite currency. Invest them only in the places where the mathematical return is highest.